Um, and it's funny that you mentioned this example, because now that we are in lockdowns for COD,
And COVID.
COVID-19, you begin to see in those countries that mishandled the entire pandemia, what they did is they locked down. And by locking down, they shrank the economy by killing the demand. And as soon as they start to reactivate, they're not going to give tax break to the large companies. Large companies do not generate employment. The ones who generate employment is people who have money in hand to spend, and then some entrepreneur creates a company to tell them, hey, you have some money to spare? I will serve you in a bar. I will serve you in a restaurant. I will provide communications to you. I will provide entertainment. I will provide education. I will provide travel. I will provide leisure. That's how companies are made. So right now, after the lockdowns, the only way that you're going to be able to reactivate the economy is not by giving companies breaks. It's by putting money into people's hands so that there is demand from the bottom up.
Yeah, I think Senator Mitt Romney was looking at something like that with the lockdown in the states, giving all families like $1,000 to $3,000. So instead of trying to bail out the big banks and bail out the airlines and the companies that going bankrupt, not corrupt.
Correct. And that you're going to see now, right now, with all these lockdowns, they're going to have to do that. And that should be a brilliant lesson in in how to reactivate economy, and why giving tax breaks for the ultra wealthy do not generate jobs and do not generate greater economy. They just generate greater profits for them. Now, if you were to have two islands like Barbados and Trinidad, and there was one company in Barbados and you gave them a tax break and the company moved to Trinidad, where of course you generated jobs for Trinidad, but it's a zero-sum game. The jobs that you generated for Trinidad were subtracted from Barbados. So that didn't create jobs if you want to look at the whole picture. It did create jobs for Trinidad if you want to look at my country first. But that's not a good example of how to manage economy. By the way, fighting corruption, it's really, besides being a moral issue and something that attracts something, it's really an economic policy where if you spend your money, your tax money, on what's the common good and infrastructure for the common good, then everybody's better off. And it's actually an economic policy. It's an economic justification why you should not be corrupt.
But just to touch on one more thing. So, what are your views on universal basic income? Have you ever given it any thought?
Yes, I think that it is a very good idea, but it is a very good idea as long as you do not create dependency. You cannot ruin people's pride. So if at first for you to start you need this money, that's fine. Gradually, I should reduce that as you begin to make your own money, because it's going to make it more worth it for you. So when you start off, I give you $1,000. As soon as you find out that you can do something and you earn 500, I can tell you, hey, Halil, would you accept me lowering you the 400, because I see that you are a very capable man and you already are, you're earning 600 on your own. Can I cut you back to 400? And you could tell me, no, cut me back to 600 so I can have 1200. Fine, I accept that. But gradually, because you feel proud of what you can make and not just handouts. You don't want to make people dependent on handouts. Some politicians like that because that's an easy vote to buy. But no, people are proud people. People feel proud of making their own business. The only thing is I want you to guarantee that at least you eat, and at least you have, two sets of clothes. You wash one, you wear the other. That's what I want. And I give you to that. And as soon as I say, hey, you can pull your own weight, you are going to be the first one who says, I want to get off welfare. And you do not, when you do give basic handouts, the key important thing that you have to manage is do not generate dependency.